champion Arizona Rattlers will battle the Cedar Rapids Titans. The Rattlers come in with a record of 3-1 and are looking for their third straight win, while the Titans come in 1-4 on the season. Hello everybody, Chris Harris here along with Dale Hellestray. And Dale, Rattlers come off a great performance last week against Nebraska. Tonight they face the Cedar Rapids team that's much better than their record indicates. Rattlers hoping to continue their winning ways heading into the bye week.
It's going to be interesting to see how the Rattlers respond tonight. They have a bye next week. I happen to think that's going to come into play. The coaching staff, on the other hand, thinks the team has been really focused this week. We'll see what happens tonight.
The Rattlers scored a season-high 62 points in last week's win against Nebraska, getting it done on the ground and through the air. Quarterback Jeff Ziemba getting more and more comfortable in this Rattlers system. This
coaching staff, especially Kevin Guy, has talked about how the guys around Jeff need to play better, and it's really showed the last couple weeks. His stats have gone off the charts. The guys around him supporting him better. You see the numbers here. The biggest number for me at the bottom there, 0 interceptions in games 3 and 4 after throwing 5 in the first couple games.
Now Arizona has had the IFL's Defensive Player of the Week back-to-back weeks with Bubba Chapman and Josh Gordon, but they're going to have their hands full tonight with Titans quarterback Jake Medlock.
Yeah, Jake Medlock is as good as there is. Each coach that we talked to when we sat down yesterday, first name out of their mouth, Medlock, Medlock, Medlock. And he can fling the ball around. He's athletic. He can lead this offense to a lot of points. They have to stop him tonight.
And you look at his numbers right there, leading the IFL in so many categories. Well, it should be a fun one here tonight. When we come back, we'll have the kickoff between the Arizona Rattlers and Cedar Rapids Titans. We'll be back in just a moment. The Arizona Rattlers are brought to you by Santan Ford. At Santan Ford, it's all about you. And welcome back inside the Talking Stick Resort Arena as we get set for kickoff between the Rattlers and the Titans.
Going to get our quick look here at Jake Medlock, the quarterback we talked about in the open. As Cedar Rapids will be receiving the kickoff, and as we talked about in the open, I mean, he looks bigger in person than he does on film. 6'3", he's listed at 225, athletic enough to hurt you with his legs, but boy, they really gush over how accurate he is throwing the football.
And he's a playmaker as well. He can move his feet, make some plays happen, and we are underway. Petrie's kick goes into the end zone. Nice. Ball is loose, but marked down on the ground. Great hustle there in special teams kickoff coverage for the Rattlers.
And they really concentrated on that this week. Sawyer Petrie, a couple of his kicks short last week, led to big returns. They said they get it in the end zone. They got good cover guys. That was shown right there.
And so the Cedar Rapids offense, they will take over from the 7-yard line. Cedar Rapids offensively averaging 39.5 points per game as we take a look at the keys to tonight's game.
Number one, got to slow down the quarterback, and then they want to run the football offensively. And then special teams, the things we've talked about, they need to execute this evening.
And with the carry there for the Titans, number 22, Tyler Thomas. Now, the Rapids, they come into tonight's game, they only average 8.5 carries per game. They really rely on Medlock to make things happen for this offense. 2nd down and 1 for the Titans. Medlock in shotgun, fires across the middle of the field. 1st down, Cedar Rapids.
Want to continue to move the change. You throw a short pass, pick up the 1st down. Good blitz pickup. The Rattlers not sure what they were going to see. If they're going to go a lot of empty sets, which is what this Titan offense has done early in the season, or are they going to keep a running back in and block that blitzing linebacker, Ryan Langford?
Jordan Smith with the catch for the 1st down. Medlock fakes the handoff, going to keep it down the sidelines, incomplete. Goes through the hands of Marquell Wade as we now take a look at the Arizona Rattlers defense. And they're 3rd in scoring defense, giving up just under 38 points a game.
They're doing really, really good. A couple of changes. You're going to see number 24 get a lot of playing time. That's Keith Trumps this evening. They want to see how he reacts under the lights.
2nd and 10. Ball is complete. Coming up to make the tackle for the Rattlers is Dylan Winfrey. With the catch is Jordan Smith.
I think the thing that the Rattlers see so often, teams come in and play them a little bit differently. You see the starting offense for the Titans, led by Jake Medlock, Tyler Thomas, a couple touchdowns last week. Good solid offensive line in front of them.
And Connor Hollenbeck is the favorite target for Medlock, leads the IFL in catches, in yards, as well as touchdowns. Ball is tipped incomplete, almost with the interceptions are Keith Brown.
Those balls are so dangerous when they're tipped up in the middle of the field, as athletic as these defensive backs are. What I was going to get back to, you see the replay here, ball bounces up in the air and almost brought in by our Keith Brown. You know, you watch film, you see how a team responds to the previous games. That's what you put your game plan in based on, and then all of a sudden you line up against them and they do things completely different.
So that will force Cedar Rapids to attempt the field goal. Coming on is James Kozlowski. Looked like the Rattlers got a piece of it at the line. And the kick is no good. And with 11:51 remaining here in the 1st quarter, Rattlers will have the ball when we come back. Welcome back to Talking Stick Resort Arena. Rattlers defense coming up with a nice stop there in the opening possession for the Titans, and the offense now takes to the field. They'll start from their own 5-yard line.
Coach Guy, when we asked him what does he look for from his defense, first thing really came out of his mouth was stops, and along with that, points. So get a stop on the first drive kind of sets the tone for the rest of the game.
Jeff Ziemba at quarterback. Starting off in shotgun. His running back is Shadrack Thornton. Thornton takes the handoff right side. Big block up front. Huge hole for Thornton. Ball comes loose. And they're signaling Titans ball.
From where we were, tough to see when that ball did come loose. You could see the Rattler offensive lineman chasing down, and that ball was torn loose, and you could see those offensive linemen chasing down. They saw the ball come out. The ball is jarred loose right there after a great pull and a nice run by Thornton.
And it's Moses White coming up with the fumble recovery for Cedar Rapids. And the Titans take over.
One thing this Rattler team has not done here in the last 2 home games, they haven't turned the ball over. They don't fumble the ball. They haven't thrown interceptions. That gives you a better chance to win, obviously.
Pitch to the right side. Tyler Thomas.
Well, you mentioned it. This Titan team averaging 8.5 runs per game. They've already run 2, and we've still got 11 minutes left in the first quarter. So they're trying to get some of those keys that the Rattlers have on them, kind of throwing those out the window, and you have to play defense a different way and be ready to adjust, which Coach Guy usually has those adjustments ready to go.
2nd down and 9. Medlock fires in and out of the hands of his intended receiver, Marquell Wade. And tonight's game is brought to you by Spooner Physical Therapy. Experience health in motion for yourself.
Those are catches I think that Wade usually makes. Well, all this team wants to do, this Cedar Rapids team, is continue to move the ball positively and put a drive together to try and come away with points.
Big 3rd down here, 3rd and 9. Cedar Rapids from the Arizona 16. Medlock fires off his back foot, goes through the end zone. Great pressure there by the Rattlers as Medlock was looking to the officials for a possible flag.
And that's what they said they had to do. You got to put Medlock under pressure. They haven't seen him under pressure a whole lot this season. And they wanted to do that. You see Langford, they go that empty set. The Rattlers are still going to bring that extra linebacker unblocked, meaning the ball has got to come out of there, but the quarterback also knowing he's going to take a hit.
So they'll bring on a 30-yard field goal attempt by Pazowski. And it is wide right, no good. With 9:14 remaining here in the first quarter, we are scoreless. Rattlers with the ball when we come back. 9:14 remaining here, opening quarter. We are scoreless. Rattlers and the Titans. Cedar Rapids with 2 field goal attempts here early on. Can't convert on either one.
Both will go down as stops, which obviously you get 4 or 5 or 6 of those in a game, you're going to win 95% of indoor football league games.
Arizona starts from their own 5. Hand off to Shadrack Thornton. Fights for some positive yardage. Thornton fumbled on his first carry of the game. Getting some positive yardage there. So we now take a look at the starting offense here for Arizona.
This is Vernon Sandville. He's stepping in this week, and a couple changes up front. They're excited to see him play, get some more snaps. That offensive line playing really, really well.
2nd down and 7. Zimba has his receiver, Jamal Miles, but we've got a flag on the play near the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it looks like it might be illegal hands to the face on Cedar Rapids. Working against Steven Garola.
Personal foul, face mask, 99 defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
Herbert Gonzalez, the nose guard, working on Steven Garola. Garola putting together a nice season right in the middle of your screen. Hands underneath, doesn't get him out. You know, officials will give you a mulligan per se if you accidentally get your hands up there and you get them out quickly. Most officials will keep the flag in their pocket, but you keep those hands in the face mask or grabbing the face mask, they will throw the flag. And what a change in field position for the Rattlers.
Gonzalez spent some time with the Rattlers last season. Now in Cedar Rapids, 1st and 10, Arizona from the Titans 17. Ziemba fires. Finds his man, Jamal Miles with the catch. As we now take a look at the Cedar Rapids defense.
Going to be tasked with trying to slow down this #1 ranked rushing offense for the Arizona Rattlers. Most teams come in here knowing that's what they have to do to have success. I'm sure they are going to do everything in their power to slow Thornton down.
Speaking of, Thornton takes the handoff, tries the left side. It's going to bring up 3rd down for Arizona.
Really nice story this week on Shadrack Thornton. You see Sandville is down, and they only dressed 3 offensive linemen. The roster so small in the indoor football league, you have to go thin.
And it's Josh Gordon, the defensive end, now going to be coming over to the offensive side now to replace Sandville as he tries to walk it off.
Well, let's hope that he's okay. And again, you got to have some versatile guys. And you talk about the thinness of the roster. You always know you're pushing it. One game they'll only dress 3 defensive linemen. Sometimes they'll dress 3 offensive linemen and things of that nature. And you kind of keep your fingers crossed. And you want guys who can cross-train and get a few snaps at offensive line.
Gordon, a terrific athlete. Now on the offensive line, 3rd and 4. Ziemba fires to the end zone. Falls incomplete. Intended receiver was Jamal Miles.
Moses White, 6'1", 230 pounds, coming unblocked as the Rattlers get all the receivers into the route. We talked about it from the Titan point of view, coming right into your living room. You know you're going to take a shot when you only have 3 guys blocking. They bring that MAC linebacker, and White just gives him a little love tap.
It's going to bring up 4th and 4. The Rattlers going to go for it from the Cedar Rapids 11. Ziemba escapes the pressure, fires the end zone, has his receiver. Touchdown, Rattlers. Jared Harrington hauls it in, and Arizona is on the board.
You have your quarterback feel a little pressure. He rolls out to his right to buy a little extra time, understands it's a fourth down situation. Harrington works across the back of the end zone, finds a little hole in that zone, sits down. Nice job concentrating on the football, knowing he's going to take a hit as soon as the football got there.
For Harrington, his first touchdown catch of the season. Petrie's extra point is good. And with 5:41 remaining here in the first quarter, Ziemba finds Harrington. Rattlers lead 7-0. Rattlers lead 7-0. And Dale, you touched on it off the top. Jeff Ziemba has really come on late these last couple of games.
We've talked about it a lot on these telecasts, the fact that the closer you get to the end zone, the harder it is to complete passes because defensive backs don't have to worry about a receiver going deep behind them, so they sit down on all those routes. The windows become tighter. DBs can make plays on footballs, but Ziemba showed a lot of poise in throwing that touchdown pass.
Onside kick here by the Rattlers. Cedar Rapids was there to handle it, and we've got a flag coming down on the play. Tyler Thomas with the recovery for the Titans. Let's see what the flag is for.
In the Arena Football League, we see Kevin Guy do that a number of times, a surprise onside kick. We haven't seen it yet this year, trying to catch that Titan kickoff return team sleeping.
Personal foul, face mask, number 5 of the kicking team. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
And that's Reed Brotherton, our referee here tonight, as we take another look at it.
Just a really nice reaction. That ball takes a nice hop right up into his belly, and he's able to recover it, almost run it back.
So excellent field possession here for Cedar Rapids. They'll start off inside the Arizona 5. Thomas handoff, touchdown Titans.
Remember, you can do a little celebrating in the indoor football league. Looks like
we're going bobsledding here.
It's a 5-man bobsled. I didn't see anybody get him going down the hill, though.
Wonder how fast you could get that going with those big boys.
See the hole open up. Nice job by Lawson Gale, setting up the defense, sticking his right foot in the ground and cutting back behind that double team.
Extra point is good. And with 4:46 remaining here, first quarter, we're tied at 7. 4:46 remaining here. Opening quarter. The Rattlers and Titans tied up at 7. Here at Talking Stick Resort Arena. The Snake Pit. Fans out in full force. Checking out the teal Fu Manchu. Dale, you think you can pull that off?
I don't know how you pull that off. Is that like food coloring? Is that paint?
I think he had some leftover dye from the Easter eggs for tomorrow and decided to throw that on the old mustache. Jared Harrington with the return for the Rattlers. Brings it out close to the 20-yard line. I talked to Harrington about what he thinks about on the kickoff returns. He told me, make guys miss and get to the end zone.
Yep. Make a quick decision. You have to be fearless. Know a lot of times you're going to take a big hit. Take a look at this offensive line. Looks like Sandville's back in, going to give it a run. We talked about this training staff for the Rattlers last week and how much faith and confidence Coach Guy has in all of them and trust them in their judgment. Stu
Nichols, in his second year with the Rattlers, has done a terrific job here at Arizona, taking care of the players. Zima takes a shot down the field. Amos, who hauls it in. Touchdown, Rattlers. Anthony Amos with his 7th touchdown catch of the season. And what a catch it was.
Great catch. I'm not sure how James Calhoun, number 21, for the Titans didn't break this ball up. He got his feet tangled up. Thought for sure he was going to get a hand on the football. But Amos coming clear across the football field, concentrating on the football, bringing it in. Amos having himself a real nice start to this year, averaging almost 17 yards per catch.
Amos lays out for it. 6 feet tall, used every inch of it to haul that one in. And Petrie's extra point is good. As we take another look at this terrific effort here by Amos to haul it in.
See Calhoun back there, as you said, great effort. All starts up front, good pass protection, lays out. Knows there's probably going to be a nice little rug burn that will stay with you for the entire season. You get a rug burn middle of the year. Never quite heals up until the season's over with.
Those don't go away, do they?
They do not. They are irritants, and that's why I think Kevin Guy had confidence to go ahead and try that onside kick, as we talked about during the break. I'm all for doing that and getting it on film. And guess what? Their next opponent, Sioux Falls, they now have to work on that in special teams practices, because that's a possibility as you see another shot of the catch in the end zone by Anthony Amos.
Now for Amos, he's been extremely efficient this season. That's his 7th touchdown catch of the season. He's got 12 catches for the season.
He just catches touchdowns.
As Buddy Ryan once famously said about Chris Carter. It's a pretty good percentage when
over 50% of your catches are
touchdowns. Exactly. Petrie, a deep kickoff to the back wall of the end zone, and terrific kickoff coverage there by Arizona. I know that'll make Rattlers assistant coach, special teams coach Jeff Jarnigan a happy man.
Yeah, Jeff Jarnigan, we talked to him for quite a while yesterday. He wears so many hats in this organization. Special teams is one of them, and talked about Petrie and last week, the short kickoffs and how they worked on it this week. So much of kicking can be relatable to golf with your stroke and your tempo and all those things. His entire coaching staff has a ton of confidence in Sawyer Petrie, and he has rewarded them right there.
Titans will start from their own 3. And a great stop there by the Rattlers. Coming up to make it is Bubba Chapman.
Bubba Chapman was out there. Justin Martin from his nose tackle spot. Most people consider him a little undersized to be playing in the middle in the indoor football league at 275 pounds, but boy, he makes up for it with quickness, leverage, tenacity.
It's scary when 275 is undersized. 2nd and 10. Medlock fires, hits his receiver. Come up with the catch and spinning for a couple of more yards is Connor Howlenbeck, the 6'6", 225-pound receiver. Came into tonight's game leading the league in catches, yards, and tied for touchdown receptions.
Just really nice target. 6'6", 225 pounds, not afraid to go over the middle. Can do something with the ball after he catches it.
It's going to bring up 3rd down and 3. Medlock across the middle, 1st down Titans. Coming up with the catch is Lawson Gale. We saw him with a rushing touchdown earlier, come up with a big 3rd down conversion with the catch there.
Ball comes out so quick. Again, the Titans go empty backfield, but the ball's out of there before Langford, untouched, can get to Medlock.
Langford in his 3rd game for Arizona as the MAC linebacker, throw out in the flat. Nice spin move there. Marquell Wade showing some nice moves there. You avoid the tackle.
Really nice spin move to the inside. Coach Guy talking yesterday about how he was disappointed last week in the tackling of the secondary. They worked on that, although it's really difficult to do that in the middle of the season, but he expected them to be better. I don't know how good of a tackler you have to be to make that tackle.
1st and 10 from the Arizona 24. Nathan Lindsay comes up to make the tackle on Jordan Smith.
You can just see this Titan offense getting kind of a rhythm. You can tell Medlock's starting to get a feel for the game, not afraid to take a hit, very accurate as we talked about, and the Rattlers defense trying very hard to not allow them to stay in that rhythm.
Less than 30 seconds remaining here, opening quarter. Ryan Langford there to make the stop on Lawson Gale. It'll bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, when you talk about Justin Martin, the nose tackle at 275, him and Josh Gordon playing the best up front for the Rattlers. That offensive line for the Titans, 315, 325, 310.
Some big boys up front. And there's the horn to end the 1st quarter here at Talking Stick Resort Arena. And it's the Arizona Rattlers leading the Cedar Rapids Titans 14-7. The Arizona Rattlers are brought to you by Papa John's. When we win, you win. The day after every Rattlers win, you'll receive 50% off all online pizza orders. And All Copy Products, your one-stop shop for workplace solutions and the official office solutions provider of your Arizona Rattlers. And by Santan Ford. At Santan Ford, it's all about you. And Miller Lite, great tasting, less filling beer. It's Miller time. And it's now time to start quarter number 2 here at Talking Stick Resort Arena. The Rattlers leading the Titans 14-7. Cedar Rapids 3rd down and 1. Medlock fires incomplete, goes through the hands of Dylan Winfrey.
Dylan Winfrey jumped that route. Good protection up front from the Titans. Jumps that route, and that's one of those that Winfrey says, I should have had that right through his hands. Good coverage. You'd like to come down with the interception.
So it's going to bring up 4th down now. Cedar Rapids is going to go for it from the Arizona 16. 4th and 2. Medlock across the middle, incomplete. Bubba Chapman was the closest player to the ball. Arizona's going to take over. Another defensive stop for the Rattlers. And with 14-11 remaining here in the second quarter, the Rattlers will have the ball when we come back. Early second quarter here, Rattlers leading 14-7.
Going back to that last play, real quickly, the fact that the Rattlers are always going to bring pressure. You go empty, you get that running back out of the backfield, they're still going to bring Langford. And you got to get the ball out of there quick. That time, I think the ball had to be released a little too soon for the Titans' liking.
So Arizona takes over from their own 16-yard line. And the ball was intercepted off the dasher boards by Cedar Rapids. Moses White had the fumble recovery earlier in the game. Now comes up with the interception. The officials are going to gather and talk about it. Penalty flag on the field.
Illegal defense. Cedar Rapids, number 5. Not nearing the receiver. 5-yard penalty. It's first down.
Boy, you talk about those penalties that can come back to haunt you. And when you're struggling during the season, that's when these things happen. Just a tremendously heads-up play by Moses White, negated because of an illegal defense. And coaches, again, we've talked about it, Chris, the fact that they can live with a holding call, they can live with pass interference. That's aggressive penalties during the time of play, but it's the pre-snap, post-snap penalties that really frustrate them.
1st and 5. Ziemba tries to get the ball to Thornton, finally does. And Thornton gets the first down, but
well,
a little miscommunication there, huh?
Well, I'm not sure it was miscommunication. I think he almost missed the handoff. The ball's hanging out there, and he's running behind him, trying to stick it in his belly. He wants Thornton to take the hits and get the yardage, but that ball almost popped loose.
Well, it wasn't exactly the way that Rattlers head coach Kevin Guy drew it up, but it was effective.
It's a first down.
Pickup of 6 yards on the carry. Ziemba play action, throws it, has a receiver. Touchdown, Rattlers. Amos with his 2nd touchdown catch of the night, but there's a penalty flag on the play.
Deep crossing routes from the Rattlers receivers, man-to-man coverage. You peel those defensive backs off your receiver.
During the pass, holding 23 of the defense. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is a touchdown.
That's what you have to do is you watch the crossing route. It all starts up front, good protection. Comes open late. Look at the accurate throw by Ziemba. Good decision making, and that's what Coach Guy had said. The game's slowing down for Jeff Ziemba, and you can see it in a read like that.
Petrie's extra point. It's good. And Arizona stretches their lead to 21-7. Anthony Amos with his 2nd touchdown catch of the night. Welcome back to the Snake Pit, everybody. Rattlers with the 21-7 lead over the Titans here early in the 2nd quarter. Just the start that head coach Kevin Guy was looking for.
Exactly. A lot like last week. Scored a lot of points. Really their season high in the first half of last week's game. Pick up where they left off there. Running the football, throwing the football, defense getting some stops.
Petrie kicks it away. Ball's going to be fielded at the 2-yard line. There's a penalty flag down on the return. But terrific effort there by Daniel Lindsay on the return. We'll see what the flag is for, though.
Usually holding on the return team when the flag's thrown in that general vicinity.
During the return, holding number 8 of the return team, half the distance to the goal. First down.
And you just look at 2 penalties by the Cedar Rapids team. The illegal defense, which is just you knowing what you're supposed to do. That negated an interception and great field position. And then holding call here negates really good field position after a tremendous return by Lindsay.
So they'll bring the ball back to the 8-yard line for Cedar Rapids. Handoff, nice cutback. Trumps in on the tackle on Thomas.
Tyler Thomas, 5'10", 205 pounds. You can tell he's got nice vision. Supposed to go off right guard, cuts it back. Able to pick up 6 yards on first down. And we mentioned 5 rushes in the first quarter alone for a team that averaged 8.5 carries per game.
Certainly trying to mix it up here tonight against this Arizona defense, and it's Keith Trumps in on the tackle once again. Trumps played for Colorado last year, 6'1", 200 pounds out of Tuskegee, and that's a guy that Coach Guy wanted to get a good look at here tonight.
He did want to give him some snaps, and you see the Cedar Rapids offensive game plan, a lot of short stuff, running the football. You have to finish the drives off, though, so hard against his defense to put together 6, 7, 8, 9 straight good plays.
1st and 10. Thomas slips trying to make the cut.
Ryan Langford getting better each and every week. Every snap that he gets, the experience he gets. The Rattler linebackers play downhill. Ball snapped, Langford's coming. Really difficult for that offensive line to combo block, meaning 2 guys block a defensive lineman and then try and get up to Langford because he's going to be in your grill before you can get to him. And
Langford had a team-high 6 tackles in last week's win against Nebraska. Medlock fires and ball goes into the crowd. Souvenir ball.
And that's the thing, you run the ball on first down, you don't gain any yards. Second down, incomplete pass, and all of a sudden, 3rd down, and now this Rattler team can go ahead and pin their ears back, rushing the passer. And they got some guys who can get after you. And Josh Gordon, Justin Martin, Chris McAllister. And that's one of the things Coach Guy wanted to see. He wanted to force teams into obvious passing situations. And here we have it, 3rd and 10. And a terrific one-handed catch is made by Jordan Smith. Looks like they weren't on the same page. Reached out with his right hand, brought it back in to his body. You can see right here, one-handed catch, spins forward. Now brings up a 4th down situation for the Titans. The ball is at midfield. 4th and 4 for the Titans. Medlock pressured, scrambling. McAllister can't quite bring him down. Catch is made, but Trumps is able to make the defensive stop. And the Rattlers defense comes up big once again. Chris McAllister, he's got 13.5 tackles, 12.5 tackles on the season, 5 tackles for losses, not on the sack pace he was last year. This isn't going to go down as a sack, but the pressure is what made Medlock have to get rid of that football. Tremendous job by that front of the Rattlers. And it was Trumps once again who came in to make the tackle and force the turnover on downs, and the Rattlers will take over near midfield. Well, this is where you want to put the ball in the end zone. You want a team that's struggling on the season. You do not want to give them any hope and let them hang around. Rattlers run the option. The pitch to Thornton bounces off a defender. Now just trying to find any kind of real estate, and let's count them. 1, 2, 3, there are 4 Titans there to bottle up Thornton. You gotta love the exuberance and effort. At some point you gotta say, you know what, I'm just outnumbered. Really nice job by this defense. That was Bramwell, number 8, coming up with the initial hit, and then look at all the white jerseys hustling to the football to jump in on the tackle. Your Coach Guy, you better watch out. He's standing right over there. Get out of the way. A bunch of humanity coming at you. A lot of weight there. 2nd down and 18, a loss of 8 on the play. Ziemba lets it go, hits his receiver. Making the catch is Amos. He thinks he has a 1st down, but he actually just got past where the drive started. Really nice throw, just a little out pattern. Pretty good coverage down the field by Lindsey, just better execution by the Rattlers. You can just see the confidence that's continuing to build in Ziemba, and obviously the receivers in him developing a nice rapport. 3rd and 9. The ball at midfield. Ziemba loses the ball.
Still loose. Cedar Rapids recovers. So a big play there by that Titans defense. Coming away with the recovery is Darren Wilson.
Well, and if you're an offensive lineman, Sandville, thinking you're going to run your defensive end around while your quarterback turns and gets depth, that plays right into the defense's hands. Ziemba doesn't see the rushing defensive end from his blind side.
So this Cedar Rapids defense forcing their second turnover here in the first half. And Rattlers head coach Kevin Guy is going to make a challenge here.
Arizona is challenging that the runner was down by contact prior to the fumble. We'll review the play.
Well, and maybe Coach Guy saw an angle that we hadn't seen.
I saw it.
And again, from the angle that I'm seeing right here, I mean, that ball's loose. There's absolutely no doubt about it. You're thinking Sandville might jump on it right here, but that ball squirts away from him. There come the white jerseys. I think this should be a very quick decision, and Cedar Rapids football.
I saw Rattlers head coach Kevin Guy and Lamar Mady have a little discussion when Mady was running off the field, so maybe he was trying to convince him to throw the flag.
A lot of times coaches will listen. I think a good rule of thumb is players are emotional.
The field is confirmed. Cedar Rapids 1st and 10.
I mean, Coach Guy was right on his first challenge. I think it was, last week or the week before? But this one was a pretty simple one.
And let's give credit to the officiating crew for making a quick decision. Let's get back into action here.
I think they might have walked over there and go, well, we can't even delay this process. Pretty clear cut.
Our referee tonight, Reed Butherton. Head linesman Kevin Keyser, umpire Mark Warner, line judge Andy Warner, and our back judge Kanan Keyser. Those are our officials here for tonight.
Well, this thing that's going to drive you crazy if you're that Rattler coaching staff is the fact that we talked about they get the ball back, driving the football, you go in and score, you make it 28-7 as time's running down here in the second quarter, and you want to give this team no hope. You want to let them get off the ground a little bit. They score here, and all of a sudden it's a one-score game again.
6:45 remaining, second quarter. Thomas left side. Looks like it's going to be a first down for Cedar Rapids, and it is Thomas again with the carry for the Titans. So it'll be 1st and goal, Cedar Rapids from the Arizona 6.
Marvin Jones and his coaching staff, the head coach Marvin Jones, come up with a nice game plan here. Again, this is where it's tough now. Can they punch the ball in the end zone once you get into the red zone?
Medlock and shotgun, the pitch to Thomas. And Thomas gets strung out by that Rattlers defense, nowhere to go.
They all run so well. Martin, Langford, Gordon, all in on that play. Really tough to run outside against this Arizona Rattlers defense.
2nd and goal from the 5. Just over 5.5 minutes remaining here in the first half. Medlock, end zone, corner. Great catch. Did he hang on to it? Went over the boards.
Well, and if the ball would have still been in his hands, that would have been a touchdown. Great athletic ability, goes up high. Ball's thrown a little high in the corner of the end zone. Hangs on to it, hits the wall behind him.
Bubba Chapman coming in to break it up. Chapman came into tonight's game tied for 1st in the league with 7 passes defended. A big, big play there by Bubba. And we're going to have a false start here against Cedar Rapids. That'll push them back 5 yards.
False start, offense, number 17. 5-yard penalty. It's third down.
It's Jordan Smith, the receiver.
Bring the ball out to the 10-yard line. Third down for Cedar Rapids.
Sometimes you're going to throw the football. Further away you get from the goal line, the more things have a possibility of opening up.
A little bit more room to operate. Medlock, right side, fires. Incomplete, looking for Hollenbeck. They'll bring up fourth down.
Well, I think that's a ball that Medlock would like to have back. A little out pattern by a 6'6" receiver. Ball's got to be out in front of him. Ball's thrown behind him. Thrown on a line, and hard for Hollenbeck to get his body turned around and reel that football in.
Fourth and goal from the 10. 4 minutes remaining, first half. Medlock scrambling. Gordon with great pressure. Medlock gets rid of it. Catch is made for the touchdown. Going over the wall and hauling it in is Hollenbeck for Cedar Rapids. What a catch.
6'6", great concentration. Not only is there a defender behind you, watch him buy some time here. Medlock avoiding the rush, knowing it's fourth down. Got to take a shot, has the arm strength to get the ball 25 yards, 20 yards down the field, and fairly accurately able to come up with the touchdown catch.
A big fourth down touchdown for the Titans. Extra point is no good. So Arizona now leads 21-13 after the Hollenbeck touchdown catch for Cedar Rapids. If you haven't been to a Rattlers game yet this season, you got to make sure you get out here. Great place to be here at the Snake Pit. Arizona leading Cedar Rapids 21-13, 3:05 remaining here in the first half. And what a huge fourth down conversion by the Titans to trim into that Arizona lead.
Talked about this Arizona Rattler team just struggling right now to put teams away. They let them hang around, and you know you want to cut the head off the snake, and you just want to let this team know they're not good enough to play with you.
Harrington on the return, right sideline. Tries to break through a tackle, but gets knocked into the dasher boards. Boy, I love the way Harrington gets that ball and just goes north and south.
Does a really nice job, 5'9", 180 pounds. Good blocking up front. Nice kickoff deep in the end zone. Pretty good coverage, and get to start with the ball on the 17-yard line.
Harrington played his college ball at Campbellsville University.
What city is that in, Chris?
I'm working on that. I'm gonna go with, at least state-wise, I'm gonna go with Kentucky. That's where he grew up. Flag on the play, Thornton with the carry.
Well, I think they're going to get number 66, Darren Wilson, for lining up offsides. He's lined up. Could see it from here.
Offside. Defense, number 66. 5-yard penalty. First down.
And you called it, Wilson with the infraction. Wilson's the one who had the fumble recovery just a few moments ago for Cedar Rapids.
When you're 6'3", 310 pounds, a little bit is a lot.
There is no such thing as a little bit. Once you get moving, there's no stopping it. Two and a half minutes remaining. Thornton with the carry. Great job there by Ricardo Bell coming up and making the tackle on Thornton. Now, Ricardo Bell, he was college teammates with Rattlers quarterback Jeff Ziemba. In fact, Bell and Ziemba, they ran the scout team together when they were redshirting as freshmen. Bell was a wide receiver, Ziemba obviously the quarterback, and I talked to Bell before the game, and he didn't have enough nice things to say about Ziemba. Very impressed with how he's handled himself in the career he had at Shepherd University. And Ziemba's going to keep it here. Picks up the first down for Arizona.
Well, it's interesting. You see this Cedar Rapids team, and talking to longtime offensive line coach Connie Kawai, he said their defensive line, they like to do a lot of wide hoop rushing, meaning you get your head on the outside on a running play, and they're going to kind of take themselves out of the play. Initially, that time, Bell just did a really nice job working against Vernon Sandville.
1st and 10. The pitch to Thornton, right side. Plenty of room. Great pickup there by the Rattlers running back.
A lot of misdirection, get the defense running to their right and pitch the ball back the other way.
Legal defense. Cedar Rapids linebacker moving forward, number 44. 5-yard penalty. It's first down.
Yeah, one of those penalties that are so avoidable. Moses White knows the rule. He's a really good football player. He's a really smart football player. But those are the penalties that drive you crazy.
And that will now bring us to the 1-minute warning here. Arizona leading Cedar Rapids 21-13. Arizona with the ball when we come back.
Guy really likes to work with that clock, like to score with very little time left, and having Cedar Rapids used all their timeouts.
Ziema's going to keep it. Looking for a little bit of room to run. Falls forward for a pickup of a couple.
Another miscommunication there between Ziemba and Thornton. As Thornton, I think he's getting yelled at a little bit right now. I think Ziemba was looking to hand the ball off. Thornton realizes he's going into the line and turned around and looked at Jeff. And, you know, that's the one thing coaches talked a lot about this season, going to wristbands. He's never had to do that before, but at the end of the day, if that's what you have to do to get the play called and have success, that's what you do. Good coaches evolve. And you're talking about one of the all-time best when you're talking about Kevin Guy.
And here's a look at what's coming up at the half. I'll be joined in the booth by Anthony Jones Jr. Also have some first half highlights, and we'll hear from Rattlers head coach Kevin Guy. All that coming up at the half.
And depending on whether they score here and stop Cedar Rapids or not, depends on how excited I am to talk to Coach Guy before the beginning of the second half.
But the Rattlers do have the ball to start the second half.
Yes, they do.
Ziemba finds Thornton, cuts it back to the inside, picks up the first down. Great effort there by Shadrach Thornton. That's one of the things that Coach Guy talked about with Thornton. Not only can he run the ball, but he can catch the ball. He does a lot of little small things that make a difference.
Yeah, I'm wondering why the clock is not running. But it's interesting. You talk about Thornton and the season he's put together. And great article this week by Richard Obert in the Arizona Republic, kind of detailing all the things that Thornton's been through and he's put himself through, and he's fully admitted that, and now he's in a much better place. You can see the talent. You can see the kid has something special, and if he can continue to play like this, I wouldn't be surprised if he's not a guy that doesn't have a chance to play on Sundays.
So 41 seconds remain,
Well,
and the clock winds now.
Yeah, and I'm kind of interested to see how much time they let go off this clock, does Kevin Guy, because why score now when you still have your timeouts?
First and goal from the 7. Thornton takes the handoff. There's a flag down as Thornton is brought down at the 2.
Certainly looks like that's going to be another illegal defense.
Illegal defense, number 44, Cedar Rapids. Moving at the snap, half the distance to the goal. It's first down.
Take a look quick at the numbers for Shadrach Thornton. He has really made a difference here for the Rattlers offense.
Well, I think he's always had the talent. I think it's the maturity, and the light comes on for different guys at different times. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on in the field. Now they're going to call a timeout.
Second of the half.
This is going to be for the Rattlers with 18 seconds left. Surprised Coach Guy didn't let that run down a little bit more, because you score here. 15 seconds is an eternity in the Indoor Football League. But Thornton, you see the numbers there. The article talks about some of the mistakes he's made. He's owned up to them, and he's just in a much better place now mentally and physically. And 25, 26-year-old who runs hard, can catch the football, has great vision, has a chance to be really, really special.
And he's spent a little bit of time in camps with the Oakland Raiders and spent some time up in the CFL, so he's gotten a little taste of it.
Yes, he did. He had, and then he understood the opportunities that he kind of let go by the wayside. And boy, you get a taste of that. You like to get back out there and get a feel for it.
A terrific 1-2 punch the Rattlers rushing attack has with Thornton as well as Daryl Monroe. And we have got a false start against Arizona.
You got your big personnel in. You got a couple defensive linemen in, Chris McAllister.
5-yard penalty, still first down. Operator, please reset the game clock to 18 seconds. 18 seconds. Thank you.
And anytime you bring that big personnel in, sometimes these guys haven't played a whole lot of offense. You run it not full speed in practice. The previous play, the illegal defense. And
So here we go. First down and goal for Arizona now at the 8. Ziemba back of the end zone. Falls incomplete, but a penalty flag has been thrown. Amos was the intended receiver.
Prior to the pass, holding defense number 23. 5-yard, half the distance to goal. Automatic first down.
Another look at it.
holding there, as you heard, on Lindsey. Lindsey been very active here in the first half for Cedar Rapids.
The ball is now spotted at the 4. Ziemba plenty of time. Fires incomplete. 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Good time to throw the football. That offensive line holding up well. As we've talked about, the defensive backs can be so much more aggressive down here because you don't have to worry about a go route. You don't have to worry about a wide receiver flying by you. The deepest they can go is 9 yards. 14 yards from the line of scrimmage. So very difficult to fit a ball into coverage when it's down here in the red zone. But coach has talked about having to finish down here in the red zone and get those points.
2nd and goal, 8 seconds remaining. Ziemba has his receiver. Touchdown, Rattlers. Jamal Miles making the catch for the score.
Can't be covered any better than this. Watch how this ball is fit in. Crossing route. Great coverage there by Bramwell. Just better execution by the Rattlers. Great concentration by Miles. Be able to come up with a touchdown catch. And now it looks like Marvin Jones and the Cedar Rapids Titans are going to challenge the touchdown catch.
Cedar Rapids is challenging if the ball was caught for a score. We'll review the play.
You touched on it. A great throw, regardless, by Ziemba, and a great effort by Miles to haul it in.
You're going to see the ball is not secured. We're not going to go into NFL type discussion on this. At the end of the day, does the ball touch the ground? That replay we really couldn't tell. See if they slow it down. That's the screen that the officials are looking at.
It looks like the camera just got in the way there, where the ball was being bobbled there.
Another quick decision. I like it.
After review, the ruling on the field is reversed to an incomplete pass. It'll be 3rd down.
Now let's see if we can see it here. Slowing it down. Ball's not secure yet. Looks like he might have it about right there. But still sliding down his body, and again, even the most ardent Rattler fans have to say he did not have the ball securely handled when it hit the ground. And now decision for Kevin Guy and this Rattler team. 6 seconds left. Time enough for a quick pass play.
And it does bring up 3rd down for Arizona. They still have 1 timeout left.
Oh, you can run a play. It's got to be quick, though. You just don't want to end up with no time on the clock if it's not with the ball in the end zone.
Remember, the Rattlers will have the ball to start the second half, so they can punch this one in here, get a touchdown the opening possession of the second half.
How many times do we see them do that when they're in the Arena Football League, where they score with no time left in the first half? They get the ball, start in the second half, take the ball down, score 14 points, bang, bang like that, and momentum completely shifting. Now, the officials are back down looking at this play, and unless they have different angles than we have.
I'm not sure what they're going to get out of that angle right there, though.
So again, you're not sure if you're Kevin Guy. Officials done with their decision. Don't know what you can see there.
Thankfully, the catch rule is a little more clear-cut in the IFL than the NFL.
NFL trying to rectify a problem that it caused by trying to get too specific.
So here we go. 3rd and goal from the 4, 6 seconds remaining. Ziemba fires, has his receiver. They're going to say caught it. Touchdown, Rattlers. Anthony Amos with his 3rd touchdown catch of the half.
Marvin Jones taking a look at this. Did the ball cross the end zone? Tell you what, he's got his challenge flag out again, and at least our initial angle. Not sure if that ball broke the plane of the goal line.
And remember, look at the clock right there. No
Cedar
time
Rapids
on
is
the clock.
challenging the touchdown. We'll review the play.
You can see his right foot is in the end zone. But where's the ball when he has possession of it?
And there's no goal line cams in the Indoor Football League.
So don't you go with the ruling on the field?
Well, you do if it's inconclusive. Unless somehow you have a different angle than what we're seeing or better eyes than what we have.
At first he's bobbling it and then he secures it.
I like this officiating crew, whether they're making the right calls or the wrong calls, they're making them quick.
After review, the receiver caught the ball in the end zone, maintained control. It's a touchdown. Cedar Rapids is charged their 2nd time out of the half.
Well, that part doesn't matter because there's no time on the clock, but how about Arizona, a touchdown on the final play of the half. Petrie on for the extra point, and they will have the ball to start the second half as well. So Anthony Amos, his 3rd touchdown catch of the half. And the extra point is no good. No good by Petrie, but it's at halftime here at Talking Stick Resort Arena. The Rattlers leading the Titans by a score of 27-13. It's halftime here at Talking Stick Resort Arena, where the Arizona Rattlers lead the Cedar Rapids Titans by a score of 27-13. And I'm happy to be joined right now by Rattlers wide receiver Anthony Jones Jr. Anthony, this Rattlers offense, 62 points last week, a season high, 27 points here. What's been clicking with the offense here the last couple of weeks?
Well, first off, it would be just our quarterback, Jeff. The first couple of weeks, he was new to the IFL. He was all new to indoor football. He comes from the outdoor game, so it took a while for him to adjust, but that's pretty much it. Once he kicked the ball and it's rolling, and Jeff's doing his thing.
Now, last year you played at Colorado.
Yes, sir.
This year you came over to the Rattlers. What was your impressions of the Rattlers as an outsider, and how has it changed now that you're playing for the team?
From an outsider standpoint, it was they were definitely the big dogs. It was Rattlers are coming in, so we got to give them their best shot. Now flipping sides, I'm on this side of the field, and it's the same thing. So now when we're going against teams, they're going to give us their best shot. So it's definitely a game changer. I would say that from the organization, from the top to bottom, it's definitely you have to hold yourself to a different standard.
How do you see yourself fitting in with the team here this season?
I feel like I can play I wouldn't say a better role because I'm doing my job and I'm just doing what the coach is telling me to do right now. Just run down on kickoff, making my blocks kickoff return, and doing what I can do on the offensive side of the ball.
Now, we're in the midst of March Madness. Final Four is going on right now. I know you could play some ball back in your day. Now, you played AAU ball with Carl Anthony Towns. How did that come about, and what was it like to play with Cat?
So growing up, I was a four-sport athlete growing up. Cat happened to be around the same. He was from the same county as I was in New Jersey. His father was our AAU coach, NJABC. We knew he was going to be something big from the time he was coming down court, shooting from half court when we were 12 years old. So that was something definitely exciting about my basketball career.
Anthony Jones Jr., appreciate the time coming from the booth. Can't wait to see you back out on the field again.
Appreciate that.
Thanks for stopping on by.
No problem.
All right, more to come. Halftime here at Talking Stick Resort Arena, where the Rattlers lead the Titans 27-13. Welcome back, everybody. It's halftime here at Talking Stick Resort Arena, where the Rattlers are leading the Titans. Here's a live look inside. highlights after the break. Welcome back to Talking Stick Resort Arena. It's halftime here. Arizona leading Cedar Rapids 27-13. Let's now take a look at the first half highlights.
Well, first thing that jumps out to me, Chris, is Cedar Rapids ran the ball 10 times. You see the touchdown catch here. But they ran the ball 10 times. They're averaging 8.5 rushes per game. They've already outdid that. We're only at halftime. You see the Winter Olympics bobsled team. Great layout catch by Anthony Amos.
Amos with 3 touchdown catches in the half.
All he does is catch touchdown passes.
And that's helped give Arizona that 27-13 lead. We're now joined by Rattlers head coach Kevin Guy. And Coach, your impressions on what you saw there in the first half?
Well, offensively, you know, we've scored every time we've had the ball except for the 2 turnovers. We just got to make sure that we take care of the ball. You know, defensively, we're getting stopped. So, you know, that one of their touchdowns came on a 4th down, that second one. But other than that, we've got them off the field. What I'm looking for right now is for us to be a better second half team. We have not done that. We've stalled a few times. We need to become a better second half team, show some mental toughness, some physical toughness, and get better as a football team. But, you know, we got ball first. We can get some separation here, and we're going to find out if we can come out and execute on this first drive.
Appreciate the time, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Thanks, guys.
All right, we're going to step aside for a quick break. We'll have the second half when we come back here at Talking Stick Resort Arena.
I was always kind of wondering, because I know when I played when we had bye weeks, guys were thinking about vacation, guys were making plans, guys weren't laser focused really on that opponent. You're kind of more laser focused on, hey, what do I get to do in my bye week? And so far the Rattlers doing a nice job. We talked about it last week. We talked about Coach Guy. You scored to end in the first half, and then now you get the ball again. This is the time that you show them that you're a better football team than Cedar Rapids.
And we just heard Coach Guy talk about it. He wants his guys to be able to put other teams away. This is a great opportunity for them to do it. And going back to we spoke about the bye week. Not only is it leading into the bye week, but coming after the bye week. What's the mental state of the team? Ball's returned to the 20-yard line by Jamal Miles. But first things first, Rattlers still got to take care of business here tonight.
Line drive kick. Nice hands by Miles. You can tell he's a little disappointed. He's just gaining a few more yards on his kickoff returns. Dynamic playmaker for this Rattler football team.
Miles came into tonight's game 6th in the league in kickoff return average at 16.5 yards per return. Rattlers start from their own 20. Pitch to Miles, right side. Tries to pick up a block. It's going to be a gain of a couple.
Really like the way this Titans defense is playing. I mean, they're running the football. Their offense has been stopped a few times, and yet they come out and they're making the Rattlers work for everything that they get. Take away a couple different penalties. Remember, they forced a couple turnovers. Take away a couple penalties, and then they've played a really, really good half of football.
2nd and 7. Ziema hits Epps, cuts it across the field. First down, Rattlers. Desmond Epps, 5 foot 9 inch, 175-pound receiver out of Idaho.
He came into the game with 4 catches, averaging over 11 yards per catch. You can see he's a shoestring tackle away from breaking free, and if he gets in the open field, look out.
Coach Guy said that Epps, he's dynamic. Get him the ball in space, he can be dangerous. He's doing everything he can to get that shoe back on. Ziemba finds Epps again. Nice spin move. Gets knocked into the dasher boards. But you can see that quickness there, though.
That shoe that he's wearing, it almost looked like a pool shoe or something. It looked like there was a whole lot of support there, but hey, you gotta wear what feels comfortable, and obviously the position I played, I didn't need to be quite as quick and nimble as Desmond Epps.
Even though you were quick and nimble.
In my wildest dreams, I couldn't have dreamt that I'd be that quick and nimble.
You can always dream, Dale. 2nd and 5. Ziemba just throws it away. Pressure up the middle by Moses White.
You see the shoes there. I mean, there's. I wear something like that if I'm, heading out to dinner or something like that, not to be making cuts on and things like that.
Maybe when you go hit the shuffleboard table.
Maybe maybe a little two-stepping, something like that. But hey,
you two-stepping?
Whatever feels comfortable.
Can you two-step? You spent some time in Dallas and Texas for college and professionally. Miles right side. First down, Rattlers. 1st and goal from the 5.
Well, you got to like the way this drive was going, getting the ball out to the edge, making those white shirts have to run a long way to make a tackle, and you usually kind of see the wear and tear on a team come the 4th quarter when you have to exude this much energy. Now we're in the red zone. Another talking point for Coach Guy, do not leave points out on the field.
Handoff Thornton. Tries to bounce it to the outside, but a great tackle there is made by Cedar Rapids, number 20, Elijah Lee, making the play.
Comes up very physical at the point of attack. Nice forward tackle. Head up, didn't just dive at Thornton's ankles, able to get him down on the ground in the open field. Really nice tackle. You can tell that Marvin Jones, former linebacker, National Football League, coaching these guys upright.
Second down, Ziemba, end zone, touchdown, Rattlers. Jamal Miles hauls it in, and Arizona scores on their opening drive of the second half.
Starts with good pass protection, giving Ziemba time to survey the field, come back to Miles. Like the accuracy that Ziemba's throwing the football with now.
Extra point is good. Jeff Ziemba hits Jamal Miles for the score. Rattlers lead 34-13. Fans are fired up here in the Snake Pit.
It's amazing the staying power of YMCA and how some of these songs, especially in stadiums, arenas, they just, the people still go absolutely crazy for them.
It's a staple. The Village People.
One of my faves growing up.
Yeah?
No.
Were you a macho man? Petrie's kick goes into the end zone. Rattlers there on the coverage. Bring down Lindsay at the 15-yard line, and that's where the Titans will take over.
Such a tremendous difference when Petrie's kickoffs go into the end zone, give this coverage unit time to get down underneath it. They almost always get that tackle within inside the 15-yard line.
Medlock in shotgun. It's his receiver. And the pile just pushes forward. First down, Titans.
Turned into a rugby scrum. Wade reached back behind his body to catch that pass, and that's so hard as a receiver. You run across the field, across the middle of the defense. Watch him have to reach back, or else that was going to be intercepted by Nathan Lindsay. And the rugby scrum ensues, and Wade's going to take a little breather. Let's hope he's okay.
And Wade, he's made a couple athletic catches here tonight. Medlock keeps it. Looking for Hallbeck to go downfield. He's jammed up. So Medlock's going to keep it himself. Pickup of about 5.
Really haven't seen a whole lot of this so far this season. It's the read option. Medlock keeps the ball, and they have a route combination off of that. You can see the fake. Now he can run it, he can throw it. Rattlers stay in coverage, tucks the ball, able to pick up 5 or 6 yards. So really 3 options on the play for Jake Medlock.
We got penalty flags, false start. Going to go against Cedar Rapids.
False start. Offense number 17. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Well, that's 2 on Jordan Smith, number 17.
More on Medlock, who played his college ball at Florida International University. And Rattlers head coach Kevin Guy, he said Medlock is the best quarterback they've seen on tape this year. Catch is made by Hollenbeck. Bringing him down is Winfrey.
Well, Winfrey came up like he was shot out of a cannon. Caught Hollenbeck right in the kidneys, and you can see Hollenbeck, watch this. He's going to do short, shallow crossing route, helmet right in that left rib cage. Hollenbeck saying, where'd you come from?
Coach Guy said that Winfrey made a big jump from last year as a rookie to this season. Much more knowledgeable about this indoor game, making an impact here tonight. Medlock takes a shot down the field into the crowd.
Well, you got to give an assist to Ryan Langford. Again, another empty set by this Titan team, which is exactly what the Rattlers thought they were going to get. That's what they've shown on film. But what most teams do, you go empty, they play coverage, they rush 3. What the Rattlers have had so much success with is they bring that Mike linebacker and they go ahead and play some zone concept zones in behind it, so the quarterback has to get rid of the football.
Big 4th down here, 4th and 9. Medlock trying to get away from the pressure and does. Throws the ball and he hits the official. So that Rattlers defensive front again puts pressure on Medlock. And the Rattlers get the defensive stop. They'll have the ball when we come back.
Dog, cat, gerbil, hamster, iguana, lizard, snake, lamb, goat, chicken. I said gerbil already. Mice. Praying mantis.
And Edward Mosley gets 12. So close, 17. Didn't quite get that right, but we can send you home empty-handed. We're still sending you home with a Rattlers prize pack. Thanks for playing.
Rattlers 3-1 on the season, looking for their 3rd straight win. And Dale, they've been getting it done in a lot of different areas here so far this season.
Now, a lot of it is that physical running football team, and found that out last year when they ran the football more than they passed it. They won a lot more consistently. You see that defense just doing a tremendous job. Another great job tonight.
And they just came up with a stop just now, and turn the ball over to their offense. Ziemba scrambles to his right, fires across his body. A big-time throw to Shadrach Thornton, the running back, who's way downfield and makes the catch.
Well, that's one of those where your quarterback's rolling out to the right. You see him thinking about throwing back across his body in the middle of the field. You're going, no, no, no. Yes, okay, good decision. Always a little scary, but you just can see that confidence that Jeff Ziemba is exuding.
First and goal, Rattlers. Ziemba back of the end zone, has the receiver. Did he hang on to it? He does. Touchdown, Rattlers. Jamal Miles with his third touchdown catch of the night. What a terrific throw and catch. Ziemba to Miles in the corner of the end zone.
Look at Thornton. I don't know if Thornton didn't know the ball was snapped, if he was trying to be a disguise, a distraction. He didn't move on that play.
Just going decoy. Petrie's extra point is up and it is good. Ziemba to Miles. Arizona leads 41-13.
Welcome back to Talking Stick Resort Arena, where the Arizona Rattlers scored another touchdown. Watch Shadrach Thornton, number 28, to the right of your screen as this play unfolds. You have a blitzing linebacker in Moses White. I think Moses White probably held up just a little bit, not sure what Thornton was doing. I thought that maybe Thornton was cramping or hurt his back, or because I get stuck in that position sometimes when I get up in the morning, but Thornton popped up right after the catch was made for the touchdown.
Great coverage on the kickoff there by Arizona once again. And Jamal Miles pops up off the ground.
Yeah, and you got the kickoff into the end zone. Look at all those dark jerseys flying down the field. And that's one thing that Coach Guy, Jeff Jarnigan, they talk to these kids all the time, saying the way you're going to make it to the NFL is on special teams. You got to show them you can play special teams. And most Rattlers buy into it. If they don't, they're usually not around a whole long time.
Pressure once again by the Rattlers. Chris McAllister gets a big paw up and knocks it down.
Well, that's frustrating as offensive lineman. You're doing a pretty nice job locking out your defensive end, Sean Brown, right there for Cedar Rapids. And he's 6'4", 325 pounds, and McAllister stops his pass rush, knows he's not going to get there, jumps up, knocks the ball down.
And that's one thing defensive line coach Jeff Jarnigan told us yesterday. He wants to see his defensive linemen get their hands up and get their hands on some balls.
Pressure pick, coverage sack. They've been saying that since Coach Guy took over this football team, and they've lived by that. It's won them championships, and they're always towards the top of the defensive rankings.
3rd and 5 for the Titans from their own 10. Pass is complete to Hollenbeck. It's going to be a first down for Cedar Rapids.
You know, that's one thing I do like about this indoor football league. I like a lot of things, but you know, if it's close to a first down, it's a first down, and they just get on with it. They continue the game moving forward.
You don't see the chain gang coming out too often to get a measurement in this league. It's a quick decision and they move on. Nice catch there by Hollenbeck to make an adjustment on the ball. Another big play by Cedar Rapids.
Really good coverage by Arkeith Brown, just better execution by Cedar Rapids. Not sure if this is an intentional back shoulder throw. Almost impossible to defend that back shoulder throw. That's why it's become so popular in the NFL, because you have to respect that deep ball.
1st and 10, Titans from Arizona 14. Catch is made, and a nice tackle there by Nathan Lindsay on Jordan Smith. Nathan Lindsay, 15 and a half tackles on the season coming into tonight. Had 5 tackles in last week's win against Nebraska.
Jake Medlock arguing that little helmet-to-helmet contact. And they're kind of letting him play down there when they're blitzing him.
2nd and 5. Ball is batted down. And this time coming up with the big play is Ed Mosley.
And Ed Mosley's done a really nice job, 6'3", 255 pounds. You can tell this defense has affected Jake Medlock a little bit tonight with the pressure, with the batting the balls, just really getting him out of his rhythm. You've seen him get into rhythm a little bit, but it only lasts 2, 3, maybe 4 plays, and then something like that happens.
3rd and 5. Medlock fires, incomplete. Nathan Lindsay on the coverage.
Really not sure, you know, we don't get to watch a lot of film of the opposing team. We have to trust what the coaching staff says. And to a man, they said Medlock's the most accurate quarterback in this league they've seen on film. I think a little bit the defense, and he might just be a little bit off this evening.
Big 4th down. Medlock in and out of the hands of his intended receiver. Jordan Smith, and the Rattlers defense steps up once again. We'll be back in just a moment. .38 seconds remaining here, 3rd quarter. Talking Stick Resort Arena. Rattlers leading the Titans 41-13. Arizona come up with a big defensive stop. They now take over from their own 9-yard line. Ziemba play action. Middle of the field, a wide open Desmond Epps looking for more room to run. Gets the ball knocked loose. Let's see who recovered it. Titans ball. And Moses White comes up with his second fumble recovery.
Recovered by the defense. First down.
Of the game.
You got to give Moses White a ton of credit. Running to the football, you see the ball laying there in the middle of the field. Moses White, 230 pounds. Desmond Epps, 5'9", 175 pounds. And Moses White just didn't give up on the play.
It looked like it was James Calhoun who came up with the strip. Moses White the recovery. So the Titans will take over at midfield. 10 seconds remain, third quarter. Medlock takes a shot down in the end zone, goes through the end zone. Wade looking for a flag, not going to get it. And we are through 3 quarters here at Talking Stick Resort Arena. And it's the Arizona Rattlers leading the Cedar Rapids Titans by a score of 41-13, the fourth quarter, when we come back.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field the IFL Cottage Dancers, the Arizona Rattlers Sidewinders.
The Arizona Rattlers are brought to you by Spooner Physical, transforming our community's physical therapy and hand therapy needs for 25 years. Experience health in motion for yourself. And by Tea of a Kind. Stop, rethink your drink, hydrate with Tea of a Kind. And The Park. Eat local, party local, the official post-game spot of your Arizona Rattlers. And yeah, we had a chance to swing by there after last Saturday night's game.
Fun place, neat environment, fun concept.
Hopefully the fun continues here in the fourth quarter for the Rattlers. They lead 41-13. Medlock fires, has his receiver.
Please tell me it's over.
Getting knocked into the boards. Wade with the catch, just short of the goal line. That is just what Cedar Rapids head coach Marvin Jones wants to see from his offense to start the fourth quarter.
Good protection up front. Even with the extra rusher not able to get there, Wade doing a really nice job. Love his tenacity, good hands, good speed, good route run.
First and goal from the 1. Medlock, touchdown Cedar Rapids.
I think Medlock letting out a little frustration.
Showing off that arm there into the dasher board.
Well, it looks like they're going to go for 2. A couple missed extra points.
Medlock rolls right, throws back across the body, nobody there. And there's going to be a penalty flag. Looks like going to be a hold against Arizona.
Yeah, crossing route, rolling out to the right.
Part of the pass, holding, defense number 3. Half the distance to the goal. We'll replay the try.
Drag the receiver through the line all the way back across the formation. And Bubba Chapman saw him at the last second. Got his hands on his jersey. Not sure if that was even a catchable ball, but they'll get another shot.
Medlock throws it into the corner. Penalty flag is thrown. Nice job defensively by R. Keith Brown to knock it down, but let's see what the flag is for.
Illegal defense, number 24 of Arizona, with an illegal blitz, half the distance to the goal. Repeat the try.
You can see not a whole lot of two-point conversions. And they can take advantage, or not a whole lot of two-point conversions attempted in the Indoor Football League. And I hate the jump ball concept down here in the end zone, but boy, if you've got 6'6" receiver like Hollenbeck is, try and take advantage.
And Jake Medlock got tripped up at the line of scrimmage, and the Rattlers were able to get the stop finally. And with 12:58 remaining here in the fourth quarter, it is the Arizona Rattlers. They lead the Titans 41-19.
Your Arizona Rattlers return to the Snake Pit on Saturday, April 21st to take on the Green Bay Blizzard with kickoff at 6 p.m. Sponsored by Casino Arizona. For tickets, stop by the Talking Stick Resort Arena box office. Go to azrattlers.com or call 602-514-TGTD.
Your next Rattlers home game is Saturday, April 21st against the Green Bay Blizzard. The game kicks off at 6:05 right here at Talking Stick Resort Arena. Your next home game is presented by Casino Arizona, celebrating 20 years. The hottest gaming action is at Casino Arizona. Well, we see Michelle there and the rest of the crew, but no Big John.
No Big John. That looks like his mother joining Michelle. Long-time season ticket holders here, ardent fans. I met Big John when I first started doing Rattler games back in the early 2000s for radio, and they used to travel with the team and all that, and ran into him in a hotel lobby, and he was very strongly opinioned, and he was telling me who's in the Hall of Fame and who wasn't. He said, well, Art Monk's in the Hall of Fame, and for some reason I read an article a couple days earlier that Art Monk wasn't in the Hall of Fame, so I want a nice little steak dinner from him, and ever since then we've been good friends.
Big John and Michelle, always great to see them here at the games. Miles left side, big hole, still running. And the officials are going to call Miles out of bounds. He got knocked into the dasher boards. Looks like they're going to mark him.
First down, Arizona.
At the Cedar Rapids 23-yard line. Let's get another look at this.
Well, the official was right there. That was Kevin Keyser, the veteran official, stepping in. Contact. Kind of hard to see from that angle.
Great burst, though, from Jamal Miles.
Oh, he can run that football.
1st and 10 Arizona from the Cedar Rapids 23. It looks like it was Miles again on the carry.
He's there in the running back position now, and I'm just wondering if something happened to Thornton. Maybe he was injured on that touchdown pass, or maybe they're just wanting to give Miles some carries here.
Well, Miles he played running back at Arizona State and, of course, at Peoria High School here. Top running back in the state his senior year. Nice job there, Jared Harrington with the catch.
Look at the pocket. Just tremendous job by this offensive line. Sandville playing dinged up a little bit. Garola growing into a really good center in this league. And then Lamar Beatty has a chance to be as good as he wants to be. Talking to Connie Kawhi, he said he has all the tools. And he mentioned some really great offensive linemen who've come through here. Said Lamar Beatty is as good as they are. The limit is up to him.
Pass goes out of bounds. Yeah, talking to Coach Kawhi, I mean, he threw out Michael Huey, Billy Eisenhart, Kyle Young. I mean, you're talking about the best of the best that have come through here.
Graded out at 96% last week, did Lamar Beatty. 96%. I asked Coach, so what do you consider winning football? What's a winning grade? And he said 86%. Anything above 86% is winning, but he believes that Lamar Beatty has the talent to play on Sundays, and the only thing that would ever hold him back is him himself.
Another strong performance here tonight. And Coach Guy has to call a timeout before the play clock runs out.
Well, and part of that is the home crowd doing the wave while the home team has the football. Offensive linemen are saying, please be quiet. You start to wave for those that aren't educated about it. You start to wave when the other team has the ball.
You want the building loud when the opposing team is trying to call their plays, not when your team is.
And it's got a life of its own right now, kind of petering out. But another, I think, little communication snafu, and it's just a work in progress. I think Kevin Guy understands that it's something that they're going to be working on as the season goes along. And the one thing about these Rattler teams under Kevin Guy is they are always playing their best football at the end of the season.
And that's when it matters the most. Reigning IFL champions. Second down, Epps cuts it inside the 5. 9.5 minutes remaining here, fourth quarter.
A little extracurricular activity at the end of the play there.
Those things tend to happen from time to time.
Well, you see this Cedar Rapids football team, and they're sitting there at 1-4, but you can tell they have some talent on this team, and they just, we talked about it. A couple plays go the other way, and this is a really tight ball game.
Third and goal. Ziemba Throws behind his intended receiver, but there's going to be a late hit against Cedar Rapids. And it looks like it's going to go against.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 54 of the defense. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
So that is Shepherd University on Shepherd University crime right there. Ricardo Bell, Jeff Ziemba, we mentioned it earlier, college teammates.
Well, what we saw there wasn't what was called. It was after the ball was gone and kind of winged him out to the side. And I think what's frustrating for Cedar Rapids is they feel that their quarterbacks are roughed a few times today by Langford and his pass rush.
First and goal, Rattlers from the 1. Ziemba wide open in the end zone. Touchdown, Rattlers.
Chris McAllister. Talk about a defensive lineman's dream. He goes into motion, acts like he's going to block. This is a personnel group you usually run the football with.
How about the celebration here? He goes to take a nap. The ball gets away from him as the pillow, but he looked like he's going to take a little nap there.
And that's something those defensive linemen, they dream about. They always say, if I score, this is what I'm going to do. And come on, Chris, you got to be a little more innovative than that for a Baylor guy.
He went nap time there. And the extra point is good. Chris McAllister, defensive lineman, turned into wide receiver, touchdown. Fans are fired up here at the Snake Pit. Rattlers lead 48-19, and Dale, you mentioned Chris McAllister. A little disappointed with his celebration being a Baylor guy. I know one of your daughters attended Baylor University.
Just graduated in December. We expect more out of our Baylor football players than that. But what a nicely devised play by Coach Axman, Coach Guy, and great execution by this Rattlers offense.
Lindsey on the return finally gets brought down by Arkeith Brown. And Dale, you mentioned it earlier. These linemen for the Rattlers are so versatile. It's great to have the option to be able to run a play like that with McAllister, who's normally a defensive lineman, defensive end.
They do that with a lot of their linemen. We talked about it earlier in the game when Sandville went down with the injury, where you got to have one or two guys who can play on both sides of the line. This defensive line for the Rattlers a little bit on the small side compared to what other defensive lines that you see, but they are so much more athletic.
Very versatile, no doubt about it. Wade with the catch, gets knocked into the dasher board by Bubba Chapman.
Medlock just so frustrated because every time he drops back to pass, they go empty. Langford is in his grill, and he's making contact with him, but not helmet to helmet. And just pestering them enough that
Langford,
really frustrating them.
Langford came into this game with 15 tackles in just 2 games, and how about Mr. McAllister? Had the touchdown catch a few moments ago. Now on the defensive side, comes up with the sack.
Having himself a heck of a fourth quarter, and this looked like ball might have been snapped early. There was something wrong, didn't look good with that play, but you know what, at the end of the year, it goes down as a sack for Chris McAllister, and he's come close on a number of other ones this year, so he'll take it when he can get it.
McAllister had half a sack coming into tonight's game and 5 tackles for loss, which was second in the IFL. And there's the pressure once again, and this time bringing down Medlock is Justin Martin.
The one thing that they said they had to do, they had to put pressure on Medlock. They hadn't seen anybody able to do that, and they wanted to see how he would stand up under that pressure. And obviously it's a team game. The quarterback gets the lion's share of the credit. He also gets the lion's share of the blame when things don't go well.
Medlock gets rid of it. Nice job there by Bubba Chapman to get his hands on the ball. So the Rattlers will take over when we come back. The defense with another big stop. Arizona with the ball when we come back.
Claim your prize. Please report right now to the guest relations desk outside section 117.
.533 remaining. Arizona leading Cedar Rapids 48-19. And a great job here by Arizona building off of last week's win against Nebraska. And they continue to play at a high level.
Well, they played better this second half than they did last week. And when you're Coach Guy and his staff, you're always looking for little things you can improve on. He talked to you during halftime and said he wants to see the mental toughness in the second half. He wanted to see how they're going to come out, have a lead, but can you go ahead and keep that momentum on your side? They've improved on that from last week to this week.
1st and 10 from the Titans 15. Ziemba's just going to throw this one away. Smart play there by Ziemba. Didn't have anything, just got rid of it. And let's now take a look at the keys to the game and revisit this from what we touched on at the top of the broadcast.
Well, I think you take a look at it. They definitely have slowed down Medlock, the quarterback, by putting pressure on him. Good defensive back play. Special teams. Kickoff coverage has been really, really good. Probably haven't run the ball as much as I thought they would, but they really haven't had to.
The passing game's been so efficient here tonight. As Jamal Miles works the right side.
Jamal Miles looks very, very comfortable back there at running back, and obviously Thornton having a nice stretch. You also have Monroe, who's not dressed tonight, but really nice when you can throw Miles back there as your third string running back.
You mentioned Winfrey looked like he'd been shot out of a cannon on a tackle earlier in the half. Miles looked like he was shot out of a cannon right there. Epps takes the handoff, cuts it inside, fights for the end zone, gets there, touchdown Rattlers. Desmond Epps with the touchdown run, and the Rattlers continue to roll.
I want to give a shout out to Vernon Sandville, the offensive guard, number 64 at the top of your screen. He got his knee or ankle dinged early in this game, missed a series. He's out here hobbling around, fighting through some pain, and you know that you have a good football team when that offensive line does not want to let each other down. And Sandville out here battling through this game, knowing he's going to have a week off after. Let's hope it's nothing serious.
Extra point was no good. You see Epps there fighting for the end zone and getting a touchdown. Well, your next Rattlers home game is Saturday, April 21st against the Green Bay Blizzard. The game kicks off at 6:05 right here at Talking Stick Resort Arena. Your next home game is presented by Casino Arizona, celebrating 20 years. The hottest gaming action is at Casino Arizona.
I'd always encourage the fans to come down and check out the product in person. Such a fun atmosphere around here. Do not know anybody who's come to a game who's left without being really stoked about coming back and seeing another game.
The Rattlers, year in and year out, put a high quality product on the field, a championship product on the field.
You don't ever see any good organization without good leadership at the top, and we always remember everything starts like it does up front, an offensive line on a football team. An organization starts at the top with the owner, and Ron Schertz, as good a professional owner as we see a rainstorm of flags come in.
My goodness, did you throw one out there as well?
I think everybody wanted to loosen up their arm, and they're going to all talk about it, make sure they all saw the same one.
Look at that.
During the return, holding number 44 of the return team, half the distance to the goal. It's first down.
It looked like a bad game of cornhole with where all those flags ended up.
But you talk about Ron Schertz and the expectations. Those flow through Kevin Guy, Chris Presson, the president. You know, it's all about making this franchise the best franchise in the league, whatever league they're in. So it's always fun. Fans have a great experience when they come down here to the arena.
And with Ron Schertz, Kevin Guy, and Chris Presson, they work so well together, always on the same page, and it shows.
Well, I don't know if they're always all on the same page, but they all stay in their own lane, because anytime you got competitors and type A personalities, you're going to have disagreements, but they all stay in their lanes, and that's, again, what makes successful organization.
2:30 remaining here in the ball game. Rattlers with a comfortable 54-19 lead. Medlock's going to keep it. Picks up the first down.
Trying to lower his shoulder and take a little shot at Art Keith Brown, trying to release some of those frustrations.
And you saw the frustration right there by Chris McAllister. He thought he had Medlock all wrapped up, but couldn't bring him down.
Medlock, he's a big, strong kid, listed at 6'3", 225.
First and 10, Titans from their own 18. And that pass will fall incomplete.
See, but I'm thinking that Medlock and his receivers haven't been on the same page for most of the night, because to hear how accurate he is and the season that he's putting together, I know there's been some pressure on him, but some of his passes have been so out of the realm of possibility. Receivers must be running wrong routes, or they're not making the adjustments that Jake Medlock is thinking they're supposed to be making.
Coming up on the 1 minute warning. Handoff to Thomas. Gets knocked out of bounds. Timeout on the field for the 1 minute warning. We'll take the break as well. Arizona leading Cedar Rapids 54-19. One minute remaining. Rattlers leading the Titans 54-19. Third down for Cedar Rapids. And Dale, you touched on Jake Medlock. I mean, coming into this game, he was just absolutely tearing up the IFL.
Well, and you see the numbers there and the rankings for him. But I go more by what the Rattlers coaches say. And they spoke very glowingly of him. So they've seen him on tape. They've seen him in situations. And you watch as this thing unfolds, and going to see what happens here. But I guess after they get the first down, the clock is going to stop. Not sure if having Medlock running the football with 43 seconds left in a blowout game is the smartest thing to do, seeing as how important he is to your football team.
35 seconds left. Medlock drops back, fires, intercepted. Keith Brown comes away with the pick. And for Keith, his second interception of the season. And that will seal the deal here for Arizona.
Really nice job making a play on the ball, catching the ball with his hands. You see right here, undercuts the receiver. Great hands by Brown, takes a shot in the kidney there, but gets the ball back to the Rattlers.
So Cedar Rapids still has all 3 timeouts remaining. Let's see if they end up using them or not. Rattlers just need to get positive yardage for the clock continue to run. You're going to take a knee.
Unless both coaches agree, and I believe Marvin Jones understands.
And so the clock will run out, and that will do it. As Jeff Ziemba, congratulatory handshakes even with the officials. It's been that kind of a night.
Well, it has been that kind of a night. Really nice job by this football team, overcoming distractions, bye weeks, a team with a 1-4 record coming into this game, put it all together to come away with the victory.
Arizona gets that victory, 54-19, a big night offensively and defensively for this Arizona Rattler team. We'll hear from head coach Kevin Guy when we come back. The Arizona Rattlers are brought to you by Papa John's. When we win, you win. The day after every Rattlers win, you'll receive 50% off all online pizza orders. Rattlers win their third straight game at home as well. And we are happy to be joined shortly by Arizona Rattlers head coach Kevin Guy. Got the headsets on. Coach Guy, thanks for joining us. 54-19 victory. And win defensively, gave up just 19 points. What was working for you on that side of the ball?
Well, we wanted to take away, their top receivers. I thought we did a good job of that, and our defense executed all night long. So, pressure pick, cover sack, and these guys are working together. And, we're just trying to get better from week to week. So, we challenged the defense, this week. Let's not be thinking about the whole team, really. We didn't want to be thinking about the bye. We wanted to finish this week and then enjoy the bye, and then we got a big one coming out of the bye.
Coach, their quarterback, Medlock, obviously came in, leading the league in a bunch of categories, but you're pretty happy with your quarterback, Jeff Ziemba, who continues to improve week to week. Boy, talk about his performance.
Well, he threw some really nice balls tonight. He's getting better, and the game's starting to slow down for him. He's making good decisions with the game. You saw, I was very happy. I was more happy about the throwaways into the stands when the play wasn't there than I was the touchdown. So, he's doing a great job. He's growing, and he's a great hard worker, leader. And, I saw him challenging some of those guys tonight in the huddle for the first time. So, I'm glad he's starting to feel a little bit more comfortable. And, really, really proud of his play. And you can't say enough about our O-line tonight. Our O-line did a great job. And, receivers made, I think, just about everybody got in the end zone tonight.
The last thing before we let you go, you came out at halftime, you talked to us. I knew that you talked to us during the week. You want to see how this team will come out and finish this game in the second half. Talk about the second half.
Well, the first thing I'm going to bring up is that fumble. Okay, and then other than that, I thought we played pretty good on offense. I think we scored again on every possession, but that one fumble, and Epps was just trying to make a play there, and he's just got to be smart and put two hands around it. But our defense came out and played a solid second half. Offensively, I thought we played solid as well, and and I thought our kickoff coverage made a big jump tonight. Maybe a play here or there, but. We're getting better as a team, and that's what you're looking for as a coach, and you want to see growth. Teams get better or they get worse, but they never stay the same. So we want to make sure our stock is going up.
Before we let you go, Coach, you mentioned almost everybody got in the end zone tonight. Chris McAllister with the TD catch. Take us through that play.
Well, we ran the heavies group out there, and we knew that they were thinking run on the on the 1 yard line. They're bees to honey down there with the and so we wanted to do a little play action, give Chris a chance to get in the end zone. And he's literally messed that play up 4 or 5 times in practice. So, but he executed it in the game. So good for him. But I was going to give him a chance.
Coach, congratulations on the win, and enjoy the bye week.
You got it, guys. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Rattlers head coach Kevin Guy. His Rattlers with the big victory, 54-19.
Yeah, and came out in that second half. That's an improvement. This coaching staff does such a good job of finding little things that they want to hone in on. Come out in the second half. They got to stop. They scored, got to stop, scored again. Kickoff coverage, another point of emphasis this week. Improved dramatically. Really nice job by not only the coaching staff but the players.
Let's now take a look at the updated standings, and it's the Arizona Rattlers tied at the top with Nebraska, but the Rattlers have the edge, getting the win over the Danger here last week. And then in 2 weeks, Arizona will be at Sioux Falls to take on the Storm.
Well, you get that bye week, and you get guys who are nicked up a little bit, time to heal, get away for a little bit, and then you come back refreshed and ready to go.
Well, that'll do it for us here at Talking Stick Resort Arena. The Arizona Rattlers get the victory over the Cedar Rapids Titans by a score of 54-19. For Dale Hellestray, I'm Chris Harris. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a good night, everybody.